Going on, everybody? It's Louis with Exhibit G Photo and Video, and today I'm showing you how to create a logo using an image downloaded from the internet and using some text that I've downloaded from the internet as well. So what I've done here is I've gone to Google and I searched for camera PNG under images, and I found a icon or image that I like, which is this one right here, and I've already downloaded this. So I'm going to go ahead and open this up in Photoshop. So we got that going right there. The other thing you want to do is you want to open a new document in Photoshop. I'm going to go ahead and go with a 7x5 landscape, 300 pixels, and leave that on the white background. So I'm going to create that. So the first thing I want to do is go to the camera icon that I have here, and I'm going to just basically drag this up and over into this document. So there's my icon. Okay. The other thing I want to do is type in my company name, which is Exhibit G. And I'm going to make this text a little bit bigger. I'm going to go double this size. So let's go to 30. Okay. And I'm going to drag this over here. And, not too bad. So I'm going to put it right about there. Okay. And then I'm going to create a new text layer. And I'm going to type in here photo and video. Now already you can see that this is too big. So I'm going to select all of this. And I had it on 30. So let's go to 15. See what that looks like. Okay. And let's go ahead and correct that typo, video. And I'm going to put this underneath it because that's how I want it. And it seems like it's just a little too small. But let's just find out. And since I clicked on this right here, I can use my arrow keys to move this over. And I can see that the E and the P are where they need to be, lined up, and the G and the O actually look like they're also where they need to be. So that's good. So what I like to do now is I like to select both texts and duplicate them by hitting Command or Control J, and I'll deselect these. I will rasterize this type, and then I will merge them together. So you right click and click on merge layers, and that makes that one document or one layer. So when I'm here and I click here, I can move this text around as one, and I can also hit Command or Control T, hold Shift, and go to the corner, and I can bring this up, and it's going to be uniform as the size that I bring it up. So I'm just going to hit Escape because I like the size that it was. So I can either bring this underneath, I can put it to the side, put it on top. For now, I'm just going to keep it on the side. And maybe let's try making the camera a little smaller. So I'm going to hit Command Control T. I'm using a MacBook Pro, so that's why I'm saying Command first, because that's what I'm using. So it kind of looks better when this is smaller. So let's make the main portion of the body roughly the same size, about right there. So let's hit the left arrow key to get that image separated just a little bit. I think that looks pretty good right there. All right, and so I have this layer selected, which is the camera, and I'm going to click on the text, and I'm going to duplicate these, and I'm going to turn that off, turn this one off, and I'm going to merge these together. so that now all of this is one size or one layer together. So I can Control T and I can bring this and make it bigger. Okay. And let me zoom out, print size. Okay. And what I'm going to do here is I'm going to crop this to where it's mostly just my logo fit on the screen. And I'm going to go down to the background and turn that off. And I'm going to hit File, Save As. And I'm going to save this as a PNG, which is very important if you want to use this on photos as a watermark to put your name on them. So I'm going to hit PNG, save that, and I'm just going to save this to my desktop, and I'm going to call this new logo PNG, hit save, hit OK, and we are done. So now what I'm going to do is I'm going to open up a photo that I've taken in the past, and let's go to my hard drive, my passport. Let's go to 2018. Let's go to Shannon. Took some pretty cool pictures of her. Go to the edits, and I don't know what these are, so I'll go to the bigger size. And let's go with this one. So I'm opening this image. There it is. Now there's a few ways to do this. I'm going to show you one of the easiest ways, which is to place embedded. So you go to File, Place Embedded, and you go to your desktop because that's where this image is saved as a PNG. So I'm going to hit Place, and you can see the image is there. I can move this around to wherever I want to put it, and I'll hit Enter, and there it is. Pretty self-explanatory. Drag it to wherever you want. You can hit Command T or Control T and shrink that if you want it smaller. Okay. The other thing you can do is lower the opacity of this to make it lighter so it's not so prevalent when you're looking at the photo and you don't want your viewer to be distracted by your logo. So there's one way you can do that. Another thing you can do is you can click on the fill and lower this down, which is the same as the opacity in a way. But one cool thing that you can do is, I'm going to just put this down to 5%, and I'm going to go to a layer style, and I'm going to put an outer glow on this. Now, what's cool about this is you can already see that there's a glow around my text. Now, this is too bright of a color, so I can bring that down a little bit. Let's see here, right there. And I can lower the opacity on that as well. So there's that. And you can change the size of this. You can make it real thick and chunky. You can make it that bad if you want. I don't know why you want to do that, but you play around with this. So I'm just going to go with 10 and 20. So we'll do this. Now I'm going to go to my fill and just remove that completely. So now when I zoom in here, you can see there's nothing inside of that glow. It's just like an outline, which looks pretty cool. And if I bring the fill back in, you'll see the black. So that's pretty cool. If you do the opacity, it'll do the whole thing. So you don't want that. You want the opacity all the way up. Bring the fill down to 0, and it'll just be this outline. So that's pretty cool. That's one thing you can do. The other thing you can do, and this is a little bit more complicated, is you can run a script. Now, running a script is really useful whenever you are wanting to put the logo on multiple images at one time. So in this case, we're going to use the same logo that I originally used. And I'm going to go to Scripts, Image Processor. But before I do that, I actually need to create the action. So to do that, we need to go to Window, Actions. You click on that, and you want to create a new action. And I'm going to call this logo. And you can create a shortcut if you want. And you can create a function key to do that to the photos. But I'm just going to leave it as just a regular action. So I'm going to hit record. So basically what this is doing is recording everything that I'm doing within Photoshop from this point forward. So I'm going to go to File, Place Embedded, and I'm going to go ahead and go to the logo again that I originally used, hit Place. Now that I have this here, I'm going to hit Enter. Now, if I want to make this bigger or smaller, I would have done that at that point. But for now, I'm just going to hit Enter and leave it where it is. Now I'm going to click on this Move tool right here, hit Select All, and I want to put this in the bottom center. So I'm clicking here, it's centered. I'm going to hit the bottom, and there it is in the very bottom. I can go left, right, center, and go up, middle, down, wherever I want to put it. I think this is the best way to do it if you want to have them in the middle. So I'm just going to leave it at that. And that's there. And if I hit stop, it is going to put that logo in that same spot for every single picture. So I'm going to hit stop. Okay, so now my action has been recorded. So now if I go to a folder, for example, in my folder, let's go to the folder for Shannon, and I go to edits. Okay, I have all of these edited photos in here. So, all right, so there's, looks like 70. So I should be able to add my logo to all 70 of those photos pretty easily. So I'm going to go to File, Script, Image Processor, and I'm going to select the folder that I'm going to put these logos on. So I'm going to go back here, 2018, look for Shannon's folder, and I'm going to go to Edits, and I'm going to select that folder. So there it is right there. I'm going to save the photos in the same location. The action that I'm going to run is default actions, and I'm going to look for logo. So there it is right there. I'm going to save it as a JPEG 12 quality. I'm not changing anything else. You can resize this to fit if you want to. I don't want to do that. So everything is set. I'm going to hit run. And as I'm hitting run, all these photos are going to be opened, and the logo should be added to all of those images. So I can go to the folder, and here, as you can see, the image is right down here. Let me go to a better photo where you can see it. You see that right there? There it is. And as the script is running, you can see how it's opening up that logo and adding it to all these images. Here's another one. There's a logo on the bottom. There's a logo on the bottom. And so just like that, I opened up all those images and added them using Photoshop. There it is. It's not the best logo, it's not the best size, but it just gives you an example. It's up to you as the photographer to figure out what your logo is going to be and where you want it to be, and then you basically just take care of that on your own. So that's going on. Let's see, we're at 45, 46. Takes a little bit of time. Here's another photo. Logo's right there. And this is off of Highway 59, obviously shot at night here in Houston. Pretty cool pictures that I took. One of my favorite photo shoots. Model was very patient, and we got some pretty cool pictures in low light with no flash, so that was pretty cool. So that is how you do that. Let's go back to QuickTime. And so yeah, so thanks for checking out this video. I hope you learned something. If you have any questions, feel free to comment in the comment section below. Thank you.